introducing from Dallas, Texas, Steve Casey. And entering the ring area, introducing the Pearl of the Orient, from the land of the rising sun, Gary Hart presents the Great Muta.
Well, I'll tell you something. Maybe the guy with the most guts in the house right now is Steve Casey, because I don't know of anybody on television in recent weeks other than 2 or 3 guys that would even sign a match with the Pearl of the Orient.
That's one thing we definitely agree on, Jim Ross. Because I'll tell you what, he's been taking on 2 or 3 guys. Casey's taking them on by himself. At least he's got a little bit more fortitude than, shall we say, an Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert or a Sting.
Well, that point may be debatable. There's a look at the Great Muta, who here last week
Annihilated
3 men in the Oriental torture match.
Now, we've seen Casey wrestle Muta before, so maybe it's not just guts. Maybe he studied the videotape, seen his mistakes, and feels he can overcome them. And there he goes. Good move. He attacked him from the beginning.
Casey turning it on here. He's been in the ring with Muta before. High elevation. Casey, I'll tell you something. He has wrestled this man on another occasion, and to sign it again, you gotta admit he's got some guts. That's why they call him the Chopper.
That's right. Well, you know, like they say, you get hit by
He ran into that karate kick. Oh, call the dentist. Judo chop right to the neck. Still to come, the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. Meet Hacksaw Butch Reed and Bob Orton.
I've got to be interested to see, are the Midnight Express better than ever, as everybody claims, going after their 3rd world title?
Muta bringing Casey back into the ring, and he leaps right up on top of the rope.
Cat.
He is. Judo chop right to the top of the head coming off the rope. Gary Hart signifying perhaps for him to do the claw, and he's got his hands in his mouth. And that's right on the trapezius muscle. That's got to be one of those painful maneuvers in the sport.
Well, it is, but you wouldn't know nothing about it because you've never had trunks on. You've never been in the ring.
And there's another line to that story. I never will. I never want to. So there. Well,
you got to admire Gary Hart because he gets...
No, I don't.
Well, you have to if you're really an objective and unbiased person, because Gary doesn't interfere.
No, of course.
Gary instructs, which is his job.
Yeah. Gary Hart has got that good look on his face. He's a guy you can trust. You know, he's got the facial features that are real trusting.
Everybody can't be as good looking as me. I'm not talking about the guy's look, his brain.
Who would you call him Uncle Gary?
Well, what if I was to call him Uncle Gary?
Well, he ain't mine.
To you.
Uncle Fester, maybe, but not Uncle Gary.
All right. Casey's still hanging in here.
He was out here, and him and... Whenever Orton was out here earlier, I could see Murdoch wanting a piece of Orton right away. What'd he say?
He just hollered out over here, keep the name Eddie Gilbert in your mind.
Well, Eddie Gilbert's one guy that stepped right up to the front of the line and said, I'll take Muta on, Dragon Shy, or if Muta's got all the big guts, why don't he sign a coal miner's glove match with Eddie Gilbert?
Right up to the front of the line, that guy ran to a boat with the Haitians and took off tequila.
What do you think, you listening to Navy or something?
Yeah, probably joined the waves. Got to give it to Casey here. He's hanging in.
The Great Muta, undefeated, unscathed, no one has pinned his shoulders since he debuted in the NWA, and very few men, as a matter of fact, none can say that. Even you, Mike.
Well, I didn't say I could say it.
Well, I just want to clarify.
Of course, he can't take out any woman of his choice at any night, and 3 at a time.
He can't have Benny Hanna.
Well, he probably could.
Back into that claw, the trapezius muscle. Also, the Dynamic Dudes will be here in this program.
Oh, wow, man, I can't wait.
Great Muta showing up this nerve hole. We're experiencing that a little bit more than we have seen in recent weeks. He can beat you with all we know the high-flying maneuvers, but here he's got a ground attack that is very sound and very, very sadistic.
But that's exactly the point. What you're missing is he's dishing out more and more punishment. And you know what's funny? People admire him because he is such a great athlete. But he doesn't care to hear people's adulations for him because he does not get motivated by that.
He doesn't like American people.
Well, what if he doesn't? He kind of likes me.
Well, that's an exception to the rule.
I can see that. It's good for him.
guys having a nice conversation?
Yes, he's torturing him, and that way he'll sleep better at night.
I don't know if Casey's going to sleep better tonight. I can tell you that. He's fighting back, this young kid from Dallas, Texas.
Right hands don't have much effect, though. He's starting to loosen up.
Muta drops down very quickly. Oh, he missed a karate kick. High cross body by Casey. Great by the leg. Could not hold him down, however. Back up to a vertical base, both men. And Casey sends Muta for the ride. Follows in. Oh, that's a big mistake. Big mistake now, and Muta signals that this will be it.
Uh-oh, he's giving the sign. Moonsault. Is that it? Gary said that's it. It's over.
Well,
here he goes. Watch him.
He got the knee right in the ribs. That was a modified version of that move. He kneed him right in the ribs off that.
Casey's got to have broken ribs. He's got to have broken ribs.
For Eddie Gilbert.
The winner of the event, the great Muta.
He came right off the top rope.
Let's watch this. That was intentional. I don't think that was an accident. I don't think it was a miscalculation. Let's watch the right knee as he goes up. Yes, he's placing it right there in the rib. Gary Hart's getting a meaner and more sadistic each week. Look at the look on his face. Pleasure.
The World Tag Team Tournament will come up in just a moment. Midnight versus Orton and Reed. But right now, here's a special look at Wrestle War 89.
World War I, the war to end all wars. World War II, the big one. Wrestle War 89. This time, they've finally done it. Now, for the first time, wrestling's fiercest battles brought to you on video cassette as only Turner Home Entertainment can. Wrestle War 89, the aftermath. You'll be there as Nature Boy Ric Flair, like MacArthur before him, backs his vow to return by invading the entrenched force of NWA World Champion Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Witness the utter devastation of a World Tag Team title match between the Road Warriors, commanded by Field Marshal Paul Ellering, against the powers of Mike Rotunda and Dr. Death. Feel patriotic pride as Sting, the Audie Murphy of the wrestling ring, avenges American honor against the Ayatollah's assassin, the Iron Sheik.
Nails him with a stinger splash.
So be on the front line for Wrestle War 89, the aftermath. Don't miss this explosive event. To order your copy of Wrestle War 89, just get your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-257-1234. Or send $30 and $5 postage and handling to Wrestle War 89, Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia. Sorry, no CODs. Operators are standing by now, so call 1-800-257-1234 to order Wrestle War 89.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your television main event. Part of the World Tag Team Tournament. Introducing, from Kansas City, Missouri, Bob Orton. And his partner, from Kansas City, Missouri, Hacksaw Butch Reed.
Well, they're fighting right now. Orton and Murdoch. Right hand by Murdoch and another one. Well, this is ridiculous. Let's get some order out here. Orton knocked over the railing. He and Murdoch are out here. This is totally uncalled for by both men. They're fighting all behind the curtains.
We've got to have a disqualification.